This is the part for when Vincent Price says, "Darkness falls across the land." Hello, us Vlado Villafane. We're learning a song live together. We're learning Thriller today. We're going to learn it through the month. And we'll do other tunes, but today's like a learn thing. So welcome, Ms. Vlado. How are things in Puerto Rico, buddy? Did you get hit by the storm? Hurricane was like reality sandwich of nature. So please tell us what it was like on the wall here. We have Osvaldo Villafane, an old friend of the show. Old friend of the road. What's that in Trailer Park Boys? Friends of the road. So stay safe. We have Frankie McDonald coming here, and he was also affected by the storm. And the news doesn't look good on the Russia-UN front. Shit's about to hit the fan, ladies and gentlemen. So I advise you, everybody pack a safety bag. I'm going to put a first aid kit, some warm clothes, a jar of peanut butter for $100. So this is the across the land bit. It's kind of like the beginning, but it's a bit simplified. So C sharp minor, A major 7, B5, or just A7, and then F sharp. Darkness falls across the land. So I'm going to learn how to do all of this while, you know, whatever. So should we try it and see what happens? Let's try it. So I'm going to put reverb on my... Don't laugh at me. This is the first time I'm trying this new way of the song. And we'll see what happens. October on the Bass Sky Show, live from Montreal. Hard to do that. I have to learn it.
Yesterday, upon the stair, I met a man.
So I'm all over the place. This is difficult, but we're gonna get it. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere else to run. You feel the cold hand and wonder if you'll never see the sun. Close your eyes and hope it's just your imagination. But all the while, hear the creature creeping up behind. You're out of time, 'cause it's thrill, thrill. So I'm learning it. Gets kind of scary. It's crazy how Nova Scotia, how was it Puerto Rico? So Stefan in Slovakia is talking to us. Vado is saying some areas were completely devastated, flooding in their area. This power is coming on slowly. Godspeed, my good friend, Lado. So we made it through the first page. Try the second page. Oh yeah, there's this new bit that I don't know yet. So yeah, we have a new bit. I don't know this. Oh yeah. Creatures that call it. I can't see the word, it's too far away. So it goes. Creatures that call in the dead to walk in the masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of this alien this time. You're alive. So I don't know this part yet, so it goes. We'll learn that part later. They're out to get you. There's demons crossing in on every side. They're out to possess you unless you change the number on your mobile. And now the times sound there in a banshee. Hey Larry, can you get me a Stefan? Can you get me a sound of a banshee, please? I can't see the lyrics. This is a disaster. Cause I can tell you more than any ghost would ever try. Goes to the Vincent Price part.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whoever shall be found without the soul for getting down, must stand and face the hounds of hell inside a rotting corpse's shell. The foul stench is in the air, and the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil thriller.
Yesterday, on the stair, I met a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. I wish he'd go away. But when I came home last night at 3, the man was waiting there for me. But when I looked around the hall, I couldn't see him there at all. Oh, go away, don't come back anymore. Go away, and please don't slam that door. Last night, I saw upon the stair a little man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today.
Jeeve!
How I wish he'd go away.
Welcome, Jeeve. I'm gonna do a guitar solo for Jeeve. Let's go for it. So we're learning a song today. We're learning it. Learning paint by numbers, bit by bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Frankie calling in. Frankie McDonald, how are you today?
Tree guys are there cutting the trees in close to my area right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Frankie McDonald live on the Bass Guy show right now. We have Osvaldo Villafane. He's in Puerto Rico, and he just got hit by the storm too, Frankie.
It was really, really, really bad. Power's going to be even longer in Puerto Rico.
Frankie, people want to know how you're doing, where you are, your power's out. Explain the situation.
I was working just now at the Mayflower Mall. Now I'm home. And guess what? The power truck guys are on the Broadway Victoria Road now, cutting the trees down. They're going to bring the replacement telephone poles.
So we have G from Oklahoma, Stefan in Slovakia, and we have Osvaldo in Puerto Rico. I'm in Montreal, and we have Frankie McDonald on the phone because your power is still out, Frankie.
Yes, and the power truck guys are up there now.
And you said the army is in your area.
Army's in my area. They got the army on Dorchester Street. The army was on Dorchester Street in Glace Bay, that's one. And they got the power trucks on Ryan Street in Scotchtown. And they got another set of power trucks over town on Red Cliff Crescent.
So, Frankie McDonald, you and I were on the phone just before the storm hit. What happened that night?
I was on Skype before the storm hit last Friday. Power got knocked out on Friday overnight and Saturday. Storm chaser Aaron Jacek was in Sydney last week.
Did you go into the basement or did you stay in your room?
I was in my room in the basement and things like this. And
so back and forth.
Down on the second half of Saturday. So much damage occurred on Sunday.
So if anyone has any questions for Frankie McDonald, who's in Sydney, Nova Scotia, they're saying it's one of Canada's worst natural disasters. It's really, really bad, Frankie. I hope your community is okay.
They're working right now.
And the Mayflower Mall has power then?
Yes. The temporary hours closes at 5.
Hey, this is like the old days where you used to call in from the Mayflower Mall on Friday onto the show.
And did you hear about that? And did you hear about that? Too many clowns and trolls online now these days. Did you hear about that? I was just on the Joey Only show last night. Comedian plus meteorology, Caribou Weather Dude.
Are you able to Skype in or you don't have enough power?
No power.
Okay, so things are tough over there. You also go to centers to charge up your phone. Can you tell people what's going on in your area?
Yes. That means Nova Scotia Power is up. They're working on it. Cutting the trees down and things like this. Replacing the telephone poles and things like this. And getting the power back on. They're working right now.
And you told me that your house and your family and everything's okay.
Yes.
What are the army doing? Are they close to your street or in the town?
They're in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia.
Glace Bay. We went there. Gajen and I went to meet Frankie. You can watch that video.
In Sydney, Nova Scotia. You went to Sydney after you met me at the Mayflower Mall book launch. And you went to Glace Bay afterwards. On Sunday.
Who are the comedians from Glace Bay again? Tina and Marie? They're friends of the Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
So it's real bad out there, Frankie, and you're doing well. What do you do at night for light? How do you walk around?
I was at the Black Diamond last night getting my phone charged there.
Okay, so you go to these centers and they provide like food and clothing and everything if your house has been destroyed?
I was at New Moon Restaurant. My house is not destroyed at all.
I heard that, I saw in the news on CBC that houses fell into the ocean.
It was mighty bad there. And did you hear about that? Joey Only didn't do a show for 5 weeks last week because he was so busy fighting forest fires.
That's good that Joey Only is putting out the fires. And Frankie, in your area and everything, can you tell us what the storm was like what was going on with the wind speed and all the details of the event?
Gusting up to 160 kilometers per hour. That's close to 200.
That's super, super strong. And what's happening right now in Florida?
Ian just flattened the Fort Myers and things like this, and Tampa Bay and Sarasota, and places like Orlando and things like this caused so much flooding that the entire resort got destroyed.
Well, we're so glad that you're safe, and I guess you're walking around and you're talking to people, you're helping people. What's this? What's the word on the street?
They got telephone. They got the guys fixing the telephone poles and things like this.
Were you reunited with some of your friends after the long 12-hour wait?
Yes.
And what is the weather? What is the weather like now in your area?
Cool outside, but it's sunny right now, and the power guys are on the Broadway fixing up the trees from the storm.
We have Frankie MacDonald in Sydney, Nova Scotia, who was hit by Hurricane Fiona. And Frankie usually Skypes in, but today he can't because of obviously of what's happened over there. So it's we're very gracious that you called in on the telephone today. You have a message for any of your fans out there?
That means stay vigilant because of power outages and things like this. Wait for the power to come back on.
And listen to the authorities in your area, like Jeeve Stones.
Yes.
Amazing. Is there anything, we don't want to take up all your power on your phone, so is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
Best of luck to you. I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Bass Guy Show.
I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the music. There's a tip link in the top of the chat, and there's also a Patreon link at the top of the chat and in the description if you'd like to help out the show. You never have to, but it's always appreciated if you do. And thank you to our 10 Patreons who help support the show. We're almost at the level. I've been doing this for 10 years, and we're almost at the level of paying our internet bill. Very quiet. Late at night when the world sleeps, and I am here alone, and here I come some nights to confront my fears. They're here, my fears. They are always with me, lurking, scurrying, hiding, and waiting. They come and they go. Though they are gone and never far, and here alone at night I can confront them. There they are, contorted fears. Fears of hunger, fears of pain, fears of missing the last train, fears of dentists always drilling, fears that no one will be willing to see me as I know I really am. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled like figments of my own imagination. Uh-oh, I'm still thinking without moving my lips. But always there are other fears. Fears of snakes, fears of cats, fears of maitre d's and rats. An irrational black terror that someday I may get fat. Fear of elevators falling, and then the taxman someday calling, and the accidental walling of myself inside a clammy, dank, old, dingy cellar where the spiders weave around my tummy, and the worms and the bugs and crawly things squirm and squiggle at my person. Oh, how I love it. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled. But there are other fears. Fears of bullets, there's a dread. Fears of baldness on base guy's head. Fear of waking up one morning to discover that you're dead. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled, like figments of my own imagination. Should I keep thinking without moving my lips? Then there's the last fear, just about the time I'm past fear, the one that is really final. It will come, yours and mine. In the darkness of the night, it will come without a fight. It will count me and compel me. It will casually dispel me, for I am just a figment of its own imagination. Well, it looks like I'm thinking about spooky Halloween things without moving my lips.